One scene from Star Wars. The Clone Wars season 1 makes Ahsoka's exile to the extragalactic Paradia even more devastatingly tragic than it already is. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Ahsoka's expulsion from the Jedi Order and their lack of recognition for their mistreatment further deepens her pain and leads her to leave. The Jedi Temple being taken by the Emperor as his imperial palace is a complete loss for Ahsoka and represents the perversion of the Jedi's purpose. Ahsoka continues to live without roots and a sense of belonging, even in the Ahsoka Disney Plus TV show, as she is exiled and abandoned by Grand Admiral Thrawn. There is one scene in Star Wars, the Clone Wars season 1 that makes Ahsoka Tano's Ahsoka fate even more tragic. As Anakin Skywalker's former apprentice, Ahsoka has become one of Star Wars' most popular characters. Throughout her character arcs in both animation and live action, she's faced an immense amount of hardship. What makes her character compelling is how she continues to maintain a level of positivity and strength despite everything she has been through. There is, however, one Clone Wars detail that shows the true scope of her pain. Ahsoka was framed for murderous terrorism by Barriss Offee, someone she considered a friend. Ahsoka was then kicked out of the Jedi Order by a kangaroo court and sentenced to death by the Republic. While her master was able to prove her innocence and Barriss' guilt, the damage was done. To make matters worse, the Jedi Council made it clear that they didn't recognize or take full responsibility for how they treated Ahsoka. While the Council technically apologized, they deflected taking full responsibility for their actions by calling what they had done to Ahsoka a trial of the Force, thus leading Ahsoka to leave the Order for a multitude of reasons, but one in particular. In the Clone Wars Season 1, Episode 2, Ahsoka recalls, "It was Master Plo Koon who found me and brought me to the Jedi Temple where I belonged." The word belonged is an important one, as it shows Ahsoka's attachment and dedication to the Jedi. It is where she belongs, functioning as her home and her purpose. In the Star Wars, the Clone Wars movie, Ahsoka is immediately shown to want to prove herself as a Jedi. She brags to Rex that being a Jedi Padawan means she outranks him, not so much out of arrogance as out of a desire to prove that she is not just a youngling. Ahsoka takes pride in being a Jedi, not because she thinks she is better than everyone, but because she believes that she is doing good. She takes on the manifesto of the Jedi wholeheartedly. When the Council didn't trust her, it planted doubt that she couldn't ignore, not just in the Council, but in herself. Ahsoka admits to feeling this way when she tells Anakin why she won't come back. Seeing how quickly her dedication was dismissed and scrutinized made Ahsoka feel like she must not be doing enough, and must not be dedicated enough. This is what makes her expulsion and subsequent choice to remain outside the Order so devastatingly tragic. In the final season of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka is exposed for the first time to the failings of the Jedi through the eyes of regular citizens. Rather than making her hate the Jedi, however, this makes her sad, because she knows what the Jedi are supposed to be. In some ways, it makes her miss the Jedi more. She misses the Order she joined as a child before the Clone Wars. Not only does she lose her sense of belonging in that she is no longer a part of the Order, but she loses it by realizing the Order is not what she believed it to be. Even though Ahsoka technically left the Jedi Order behind, she became what the Jedi were supposed to be before the Order became corrupt. She leaves the Order, but walks the true path of a Jedi. In E.K. Johnston's novel Star Wars, Ahsoka, she is seen planet hopping, and she has to remind herself several times that the Jedi are gone. She frequently reaches out to the Force, desperately trying to connect with any surviving Jedi, any piece of the Order that was once her home and her family. When Ahsoka joins the rebellion, she fights to rescue her home from the Empire. After Order 66, Emperor Palpatine turns the Jedi Temple into his imperial palace. This is a calculated insult to the few surviving Jedi scattered throughout the galaxy. It is a declaration of total victory, a final perversion of what was meant to be a beacon of the light side of the Force. Sadly, it was never restored. Instead, Luke's new Jedi Order is moved to Ossus, and Coruscant is no longer the capital of the Republic. The home that Ahsoka once knew, the only home that she could truly remember, was taken from her in the most complete sense. In the live-action Star Wars TV show Ahsoka is still living without roots.